Hello. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Play Minecraft. I'm your host, Wyvern Rider, and today we're going to be going over charms and totems and maybe a few other things. So the first thing I'm going to go over are the charms. So I've got all of those laid out right here. I might be using a couple of these, but I'm probably not going to use most of them. So, and these two. Alright, so the first charm that I'm going to go over is, and I've lost the scroll for this one, I have no idea what happened to it. But it's the charm of vigor, so you're going to need a raw fish and a golden apple, and you put those in your infuser. I could probably look them up in my Thaumic at some point. But this is the charm of vigor, and what the charm of vigor does is it keeps you fed. So as you can see, my food bar just filled up because it was a little low. So now I don't need to carry around food anymore. I probably should have made that a long time ago. The next one is the charm of the dead, and what this one does is it makes zombies and skeletons turn around. So you need a zombie brain, and oh wait, you have to make this one in the dark infuser. I forgot. So you're going to need a zombie brain and a distorted skull. And this one takes a lot of Vis and Taint, so I don't know if I have enough. Oh yeah, I should. That should be fine. Yeah. Alright. So there we go. Charm of the Dead. And what it does is it turns skeletons and zombies, and it makes them attack other enemies around you. So if you keep this on you, you will never get attacked by another zombie or skeleton. But I'm probably not going to carry that one around just because I like fighting things sometimes. This one is the Charm of Cleansing, and what it does is if you're poisoned or on fire, it'll put that out and like heal you. So what you're going to need for that is an iron ingot and a cinder pearl pod. And you actually need the pod this time, it's not the blaze powder. So stick those in this infuser, the regular infuser. So I did finish putting all of that Vis up there in the tower. I'm probably going to stack the tanks though, so I can fit another 15,000 or so. So this is the Charm of Cleansing, and all it does is I don't know of anywhere that I could go set myself on fire. But, yeah, whatever. That's what it'll do if you're on fire or whatever. And the last one is the Charm of Souls. And remember how I said that getting soul fragments is very inefficient? Well, what this one will do is you're going to need an extract of Phallus Taint, and if you don't remember how to make extracts, it's just a shimmer leaf, a bottle of water, and the crystal that you need. So this one is the tainted crystal. And what this one does, you're going to need a soul fragment as well. So what this one does is it will take experience orbs, and it will turn them into soul fragments after a while. So hold on, I need another crystal real quick. Hopefully I'll get enough to make a crystal out of some of these. As you can see, I keep my crystal farm pretty well harvested. That's a lot of what I do off camera, is just harvesting crystals. It's kind of boring actually. Well, I don't have any. So I'm just going to take one of these crystal ores. And this is actually how I get most of my Vis. I've been using my crystal farm to power most of what don't fall into your crucible. It will kill you. Okay, so I've been taking the crystals and just turning them into that and then throwing them into my crucibles. So the Charm of Soul starts with an empty bar. And when you go and kill something, so I guess I'll just demo it on a chicken. So if I kill a chicken, it gives me experience. As you can see, they'll turn into these like little black balls, and it will start filling up the Charm of Souls. So I'm probably going to keep that one in my inventory just because I don't like having to acquire charms of soul soul fragments in a normal manner. So that's all the charms. I'm probably going to leave out the Charm of the Dead. Keep the Charm of Vigor, the Charm of Life, and the Charm of Souls. And I'm going to put away the Charm of Cleansing just because I don't much care for that one. It doesn't really do anything useful for me. So those are the charms. They're pretty nice to just keep around. Let's see, next up let's go ahead and hop on to the Occultic Enchanter. Sorry, the Thaumic Enchanter. And so what you're going to need for the Thaumic Enchanter is an Extract of Purest Magic, a Vis Conduit, and an enchantment table. I'm going to go ahead and grab the scroll for the Occultic Enchanter while I'm down here. Whoops. So I'm actually going to retire my Quasitum in this episode because I have officially filled my Thaumonomicon, but I'll be getting to the rest of these probably in following episodes. So I've already got those right here. An enchantment table, Extract of Purest Magic, and a Vis Conduit. And this thing slaps together with like barely any Vis at all, so you don't really need to worry about that. And with the Thaumic Enchant... Give me that. I don't want it there. So, time to retire the Quasitum. Come here, Quasitum. And put the Enchanter in its place. Come on. There we go. Alright, so what this does is it will enchant items with Vis. So, as you can see, it will take a lot of... You can either use experience levels or Vis to do this. So I'm just going to slap a level 31 enchantment on this Crystalline Bell. So it will enchant very, very slowly and take all of that Vis. So I'm hoping I have enough. Yeah, I definitely have enough down there. Definitely. So I'm just going to wait for that to happen. In the meantime, if we want to go ahead and look at the recipe for the Occultic Enchanter, what this one is going to need is another Extract of Purest Magic, a Brain in a Jar, and the Thaumic Enchanter. So I'm going to go ahead and demo the Brain in a Jar. Oh, give me that. Give me. Okay. So what a Brain in a Jar requires is a soul fragment, a glass block, and a zombie brain. And the only way that you can get the Brain in a Jar is to research zombie brains. So that's how you get that. And what you do with Brains in a Jar is you replace these bookcases with them, and they increase self-repair. Yeah, okay. I'm alright with that. And what they will do is you replace the bookcases with them, and they will increase the rate and success chance of Thaumic Enchanters, Occultic Enchanters, and your Quasitum. So if you discover these early on, then I would recommend replacing the entire set of bookcases with them. So I'm going to go ahead and make one of those. I need my Dark Infuser. So again, Soul Fragment, Zombie Brain, Glass Block. This is Brain in a Jar. And the brains in a jar look really cool. Alright, just look at this real quick. Look at that. You got a floating brain in a jar. That's awesome. And it follows you. It will follow you around. The brain facing you. It'll follow you. That's creepy. So the Thaumic Enchanter is great, but what's even better is this here Occultic Enchanter. So, Thaumic Enchanter, Brain in a Jar. And you're going to need one of them extracts of the purest magic. Nope, this isn't your regular enchanter, I guess. Or blah, 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 blah. Regular infuser. Who'da thunk? I thought it would be in the Dark Infuser just because a Brain in a Jar is involved. So how much Vis does that take? That's a lot. Oh, 200. No wonder. It's taking a while. Alright, so I'm gonna put these away. And, you know what? I don't ever want to see this again. And it will not melt down. Whatever, I'll set it aside. Stupid thing. So there's your Occultic Enchanter. And this thing looks really cool too. Oh, come on. You're kidding me. I can't just place it directly onto my tubes. It's not fair. There we go. And this thing is really eerie looking. I mean, look at that. It will also follow you around, but this one has eyeballs. That's freaky. Alright, so this one's got a really cool interface. So, let's say I wanted to enchant my Flying Carpet. I can't enchant my Flying Carpet. What am I thinking? Charm of Vigor? No, can't enchant charms either. Wand of Lightning. Yeah. Alright. So, you know what? I'm going to stick a really cool enchant, or thingamajigger on this. So I guess I'm going to cover that real quick. Where is it? Alright, so so I'm going to cover two of these other additional increase things right now. So this is an upgrade that is called a Stabilized Singularity, and this one is the Collected Wisdom. So what the Collected Wisdom does is when you put it on a enchanter, it will let you put more enchantments on it. I think it'll let you put up to 4 enchantments on a single item. So I guess I'm gonna... Oh, I don't have any zombie brains, I don't think. Nope, I don't. So I can't make that right now. But Beast Crystal, Zombie Brain, Stone Slab, Collected Wisdom, regular Infuser. But it'll let you put up to 4 enchantments on an item. And a Stabilized Singularity, what that one will do... And throw those in there while I'm waiting. Grab my Stone Slab. So what you're going to need for this one is an Arcane Singularity, an Earthen Crystal, and a Stone Slab. And this one will increase the total level of things, or the total level of enchantments that you're allowed to put on an item. So I'm going to use that. So if I take out my Wand of Lightning and put it... Well, okay. Maybe it's the other way around. I can't remember. Whatever. So I guess I'm going to enchant this Wand of Fire with Potency 1. So that it requires 147 Vs. So then you just click the red button. And it will get this really eerie sounding whispering in the background while it does that. And then bang. And what a Potency enchantment on a Fire Wand will do is increase the damage. So I don't know what a... So I guess you can't enchant that with... No. I'm going to wait until I have a Collected Wisdom, because I want to see if that will allow me to put more or better enchantments on things. So anyway, that's the Occultic Enchanter and the Stabilized Singularity and stuff. So what else have I got? I'll be going over the other part of the Enchanter next time. Totem of Dawn, Totem of Dusk. Oh, and the Eldritch Keystone. So I guess we're going to be breaking into another monolith today. Totem of Dawn and Totem of Dusk. The Totem of Dawn, what this does is it's kind of like a Silverwood log, in that it will increase your aura rating. So it also will destroy tainted ground around it for, I think, 3 blocks in every direction. So what you're going to need for that is a Silverwood log, Night Ore, and a regular Beast Crystal. So I'm just going to put one of those together real quick. What was that? Is it not working? Silverwood log, Beast Crystal, Night Ore. I wonder if the order matters. Oh, it does. Okay, so you have to put the Night Ore on the top. That's interesting. So then you get this thing called a Totem of Dawn. So, you know what I'm going to do. This has been growing on this block, but now it will be growing on this block. So it gets this little particle effect around it, so that's kind of neat. And the Totem of Dusk is the exact opposite. So what you're going to need for that one is a Alumentum, Tainted Crystal, and a Tainted Log. So I've already gone and brought or done some things in the Tainted Chunk way over there. So let's see if this doesn't crash. Ooh, it slowed the way down though. There we go. Zoop. So I planted some trees. Or, no, I just stacked up some logs. So if you put logs in a tainted chunk, they'll make these things called tainted logs. These are kind of neat. Boop. So I'm just going to take one. And they look cool. But if you take tainted logs and you put them in a regular chunk, they will just disappear. They will not revert back to a regular log. So you go over to your Dark Enchanter, put in your Tainted Crystal, your Alumentum, and your Tainted Log, and I think this one's shapeless. You don't have to put them in a certain order. And you get a Totem of Dusk, and what this thing will do is it will increase the taint charge in an area. So it's kind of horrible, but it looks all right. I'm not going to put this thing down just because I don't know if I don't want that at all. Shit. Ignore that. That never happened. Put in the Totem of Dusk. So those are the totems. And if you really want to increase the aura in an area, then just build a house out of these things. Just take all your silver wood, replace them with those. I may be inlaying the floor in this room with totems after this. Just take all those logs and turn them into totems. So, next up, Eldritch Keystone, Tluth, I don't fucking know. So, inert Eldritch Keystones and extracts of purest magic. And you just bang. So now I've got a bunch of them. So, that's kind of neat. And what you do with these is you go, and you know what? I've already got a portal set up for this one too. Isn't that snazzy? Boom. Alright, so we're going to break in it. So you just walk up to it and click. And it will create a new room. So you can do that to all... Dang it. Every once in a while, that portal opening just crashes the game. It's kind of irritating. I don't know if that only happens to me or if it's happened to other people too, but every once in a while, it's kind of irritating. Like I said. So let's see if I can't come at it from this side. Boom. Alright, let's go reap the benefits. Alright, this one. So these also have these little monolith things in here. So I think you can set up the little darkness generator down here in the middle, and it will work like 4 times as fast or something. I don't know. Ooh, there's a void compass in here. That's awesome. Okay, so in these other rooms, you can also find, in addition to the artifacts, you can find void crushers, cutters, and compasses. So what, I already gone over void crusher and cutter, but the void compass, what that will do is it will point to unopened monoliths. So that's kind of neat. Now I actually don't need any of these artifacts anymore. So that's kind of depressing. I mean, I come all the way out here, don't need them. But I did do that for the Eldritch mechanism. So this is a void compass. It's just like a regular compass. But it will point towards unopened monoliths. So apparently there's one in that direction. I may go check those out later. But I think I'm going to keep these Eldritch artifacts just because they look kind of nice and because I don't really have anything better to do with them. So I'm just going to... Oh man, I got a bunch of void compasses this time. Whoa! And the lag sets in. 7 more void chests. Man, I don't even need those. So I'm going to be looking into whether you can do cross-dimensional void chests. Like, alright, this lag is impossible. Let's just flip that over again. Come on. Play a little world. Play the world, play the world, play the world. Okay, the lag's still here. Maybe that's just because it's rendering. So I've got these levers on my... Okay, there it goes. Alright, so what these levers on my walls are for is to turn off the seals, which I forgot to do before I started recording. So these are my Airfire air seals that I mentioned in my last video description. So you can turn on or off any seal by applying a redstone current to it. So now this one will not fire if I turn it off. So that's kind of neat. Alright, don't need these totems anymore. I guess I could cover real quickly the elemental weapons, just because I just happened to find some more cutters and void crushers. So, but first, what I have to go over is the tools that I haven't covered yet. So you can make a weapon called, or a tool, and I don't know what happened to the recipes for either of these, but this is going to be called the Shovel of Renewal. So you take a Thaumic shovel, an enchanted wood, and you put earth and crystals around it, much like you did the sword. Then you get the Shovel of Renewal. And this one is the I can't remember what the hell it's called. Hoe of the Mystic. Ooh, fancy. So what the Hoe of the Mystic will do is, if you right-click with it, it just does that. But that will, every single one that it tills, it will take away from the durability for. And the Shovel of Renewal will dig really fast. So it'll dig out like a 3x3. It's pretty efficient. But what you can do with those, and I don't think the Hoe of the Mystic is useful at all. I mean, because if it just takes away its own durability for doing that much, I mean, unless you're tilling like a huge field in which you don't care about the shape, or you have the shape predetermined, then it won't really matter. But otherwise, it just kind of hoes all over the place, so it's kind of worthless. Alright, so here I've got all 4 of the elemental tools. And so what I'm going to do is go over the elemental cutter, which is, let me see, 500 Vs. Holy cow. Alright, so I'm going to take this void cutter. I'm going to take the sword of the Zephyr and the axe of the stream. And I'm going to need an extract of lightest air for the sword of the Zephyr and an extract of coolest water for the axe of the stream. So I think the shape on this matters. So I'm going to put this one up here, put the sword in the corner, put this here, put those opposite. Nope, shape doesn't matter. Oh wait, I actually put them in right. No, it didn't. Nope, shapeless, doesn't matter. And so the next one is the Elemental Crusher. So you take a Void Crusher, Pickaxe of the Core, and a Shovel of Renewal. So I have one of those here. Void Crusher. Pickaxe of the Core. Shovel of Renewal. And your extract of Warmest Fire and Deepest Earth. And when this is done... Oh, come on. Alright, next time, booster seals. Going over booster seals, just to make this crap work faster. Elemental Cutter. So, Void Crusher, Pickaxe of the Core, Shovel of Renewal, Warmest Fire, Deepest Earth, and in the meantime, Elemental Cutter. So the Elemental Cutter will combine both of the aspects of the Sword of the Zephyr and the Axe of the Stream. One thing that you do lose is the ability to right-click and fly. But you can block with this thing. It's kind of like a sword weapon. But it will work much like the Axe of the Stream in that it will cut down trees. And it will work much like the Sword of the Zephyr in that it has that lightning shock kill effect. So, bam, it'll kill a crap ton of enemies all at once. So just be careful if you're hitting your farm animals with this. And this should be just about done. Yeah, there we go. So remember back when I was disappointed that the Pickaxe of the Core didn't do what I wanted it to? Well, this is why. So this thing works much like the Pickaxe of the Core, except that it's much more effective and just better in every way. I'm like a super miner right now. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that's something that's interesting about it. If I'm just walking along destroying cobblestone, then you'll notice that it doesn't touch this coal. But if I mine the coal, then it only mines the coal. So that's really neat. I thought that was very cool. This also has the right click of the Pickaxe of the Core, in that it will throw out a little light ball that you can follow to find... Oops, destroyed it. You can follow to find crystals and stuff. And the Elemental Cutter has the effect that when you right click with it, it will do what the Axe of the Stream does, but with monsters. So it will make the monsters fly towards you. So I've already gone much too long on this video, but I really wanted to fit these in at the end. They're kind of cool. So, comments. Who said it? Julio Litgens, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, says, go into the Twilight Forest when you're done with the scrolls. I will. I plan to. That's what this is. It was pointed out on the 4th episode that this is a portal to the Twilight Forest, and I will open that right when I'm done with the scrolls. Hopefully it won't crash my game too much. I know it's very intense. So we're going to be incorporating Thaumcraft elements into that. So I'm going to be using a lot of Thaumcraft items over there. Probably set up a lab. And that's about it. Please rate, comment, leave me some suggestions. Which, that is a suggestion to go to the Twilight Forest, and I'm taking it. I'm going to do that eventually. So I will catch y'all on the save file.